Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Hi guys, and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is former Chancellor and current leader to replace Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak. Now, when it comes to the current shower around the Prime Minister, they understand the need to present themselves not just as men and women of the people, but also good with the economy and defenders of the union. You see, the SNP are planning to have a second independence referendum next year, and the Tories have to make a case for the union. Sunak appeared on the pro-Tory Spectator TV, where he talked about his work in Scotland to promote the UK. Have a listen.
It's about the values that bind us as a United Kingdom, and I don't think we should be afraid of making that emotional argument for the United Kingdom from the heart, as well as the practical argument for it and demonstrating it. And that's what I'd like to try and do.
And where would you be doing that? Would you be spending a lot of time in Scotland yourself? There have been times when previous Tory leaders have not necessarily been welcomed north of the border.
Yeah, I mean, I think people can already see that I take that seriously. I mean, I was the Chancellor who set up a economic campus for the government and for the Treasury in Darlington. And not only did I set it up, and it's was going incredibly well when I left, and I'm sure it still is, I also spent a lot of time there myself personally, and ensured that all my ministers also did. I
don't know who this journalist is, but she seems a little bit confused. Why is she confused? She asked him a simple question. Would you be planning to spend time north of the border, even though Tory leaders have not been very welcome there? And he said, yes, I've already spent time. Well, he said, yes, I have. I presume he means, yes, I have spent time north of the border. And he talked here about setting up a commission in Darlington. So I'm not sure why this journalist is confused, because Darlington is not north of the border. Darlington is in northern England. Now, maybe Darlington moved between the time, maybe Darlington was part of Scotland, and between the time that Rishi Sunak conducted this interview and the time I'm making this video, maybe Darlington moved across the border, or the border was moved north. I don't know. Look, in all seriousness, this is part and parcel of what the Tories are about. They just show complete indifference to Scotland. Is it because they are losing more and more seats in Scotland? Is it that the Scottish people are turning on them and they've just said, to hell with it, we'll just continue to insult them? To say that, yes, I have been to Scotland because I've set up a commission there, when Darlington is in England, not in Scotland. Like, really, what is going through these people's minds? I know when it comes to Northern Ireland, they treat Northern Ireland as a county. They're treating Scotland pretty much as a province. How do Scottish Tories, how does someone who supports the Conservatives in Scotland look at this and go, yeah, this is the guy who is going to look out for our interests, irrespective of the SNP and the Greens and Labour or whatever, but and independents and devolved administrations? Apart from all of that, how can you look at an interview like this and say, yes, this guy has my interests at heart? The Tories have my interests at heart. Like, whatever criticism or support you have for the Tories in Scotland, how can you look at the Tories in England and say, yes, they care about Scotland? They don't care about Scotland. If Sunak cared enough about Scotland, he would know that Darlington is in England, not in Scotland. Or he would just lie and say, look, I haven't spent time in Scotland, but if I become Prime Minister, I'm going to do that. I'm going to set up a commission in Edinburgh or in Glasgow or wherever, and build better relations between England and Scotland. That's what he could say. If he was, he'd be lying, he wouldn't do it. But it'd be better than making a mistake like saying, I've been to Scotland, I've been to Darlington. Isn't he the MP for Durham? It's not like he lives in London, he's never been anywhere north of London, and it's all just north. It's all, foreign lands to him, and he doesn't know exactly where the border is. I said before, a lot of these Tories would not be able to find Scotland or Northern Ireland on a map, or Wales for that matter. And they're willing to say, yes, we need to strengthen the union. We need to protect the union. They don't care about the union. If they did, they wouldn't make stupid mistakes like this. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this, and I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.